So today we're going to discuss America's number one killer. And the subtopics will be: when does that disease start? Is that disease reversible? And what can you do to improve the disease that you probably already have? Hi, I'm Carmen V. Luciano, and this is the Miscellaneous Vegan, where I share a little R&R, recipes, and reviews. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you like and subscribe for recipes and reviews in New York City and around the world, and also for Coaching Mondays. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a vegan coach, a teacher. I do not have a license to give you medical information. You should speak to your doctor before you begin any workout regimen or diet. Welcome back to Coaching Mondays. And we're going to get right into it. America's number one killer. What is it? America's number one killer is heart disease. So remember that when I'm giving you information, it's information that I've done research on. I've been reading a lot of books, watching a lot of documentaries throughout the years while I became vegan. So in my research, I'm just trying to share the information with you. Perhaps you've seen it, perhaps you haven't, but that is the reason that I started this Coaching Monday. So America's number one killer is heart disease. Where did I get that information? I got it from this book, How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger. If you don't know who he is, you should know. If not, I'm going to link his information below where you can purchase this book. He has also a website where he provides you with a lot of information about health. He also was in several documentaries that are available now in Netflix. He's a well renowned doctor. So if you haven't read it yet, I will recommend it. But if you didn't, I'm going to be summarizing some of the stuff that I think that is very important for you guys to know on this channel. He gives you information that you should truly take time to dive in, because the information given is science based. Everything is through research. So it's not that I'm making this up, this is facts. So just to go back to this book, he spent 3 years of his life to do research, to find all the information that we need to know how to prevent diseases. And I just want to show you very quickly before we get into the number one America's number one killer, heart disease. Um, Let me put the book up for you guys can see. So you see all those pages there? Those pages are just the cited work, the cited sources that he found in the 3 years. I mean, I don't know how many pages there are here, but it's about over 13,000 sources. And I'm going to give you a close up on the font because the font is tiny. Hold on. So basically, Dr. Greger did the research for you. I will list this information and also specific to the things that I'm going to be speaking on. I'm going to list those articles below just in case you want to fact check his fact checking. Okay, so let's move on. So the first subtopic is: when does your disease start? So we know that the number one killer in America is heart disease. And when does it start? Does anyone know? Most people think that it starts when they're in their 30s, or they get the diagnosis when they go to their doctor that they have high cholesterol and is clogging your arteries and you can get a heart attack, right? No. So you're going to be very surprised about this. If you didn't know, when does it start? It starts in nearly all American children by the age of 10. By the age of 10. I didn't know that. So I'm going to go into the book. I'm just going to read a little portion of where I found this information. Later studies of accidental death victims between the age of 3 and 26 found that fatty streaks, the first stage of atherosclerosis, were found in nearly all American children by age 10. Okay? And by the time we're 40 or 50, they can start killing us off. Okay, so if there's anyone reading this over the age of 10 or watching this video, the question isn't whether or not you want to eat healthier to prevent heart disease, but whether or not you want to reverse the heart disease you very likely already have. So now you know that the heart disease can begin as early as the age of 10. I don't know about you, but just reading that would make me want to change my diet and then gradually change my children's diet. Because I'm sure the vast majority of you that are watching this video, you probably lost a loved one through heart disease, heart attack, a stroke, diabetes. It all leads to clogged arteries. That's the number one killer. And the vast majority can relate with a coworker, a family member, a distant friend that has lost someone through heart disease. So let's move on to the second subtopic. Is this disease reversible? Heart disease. And the answer is yes. Your body can heal itself from many diseases, but are you allowing it to? Let me read a section from his book. Given the right condition, the body heals itself. If you whack your shin really hard on a coffee table, it can get red, swollen, and painful. But your shin will heal naturally if you just stand back and let your body work its magic. But what if you keep whacking it in the same place 3 times a day, say at breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It would never heal. So basically, you understand what he means there is that your body can heal itself from this heart disease that you probably already have. And it starts with what you eat. Okay. And that is to transition into the third subtopic. What can we do now to improve your current heart disease? Because more than likely you have heart disease, but it hasn't manifested into a heart attack. So, Dr. Michael Greger states that you should change your diet. You honestly should become plant based and then move on to becoming vegan. He's not saying that that's the best diet. He's not telling you to stop eating your meat. He's just telling you what research has told him. Research has told him that plant-based diet will reduce your heart disease. Plant-based diet will reduce a lot of diseases that he mentions in this book, which are many. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of some of the diseases that he mentions: heart disease, lung disease, brain disease, digestive disease, infectious diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, liver disease, blood cancer, kidney diseases, breast cancer, suicidal depression, prostate cancer, Parkinson's disease, and iatrogenic diseases, which are diseases caused by your doctor. And he's a doctor, so he did his research. So this book is very useful for you. I feel like this book was easy to read, easy to digest, and there was some humor in it. It gave me a lot of facts on where I want to share with you guys. I read the China study, and if you don't know about the China study, that's another study that was done with citizens in different parts of China. And it basically, long story short, it just proved that a plant based diet reduces diseases. So, what can you do to improve your heart disease? Is changing your diet. This book he has done 3 years again of research with 13,000 sources to let you know that you have to change your diet. Think about it. If you Google foods banned in America, you're going to see a long list of foods that only Americans eat. Why? Because it's not good for you. It's damaging your cells, it's damaging everything. There are foods that you need to avoid. He mentions that. Sugar, white flour, processed oils. I'm going to also link down a video from Dr. Bobby Price. If you don't know who he is, I will link down a video. He discussed the foods that you should avoid. And he also has a book. I haven't purchased it yet because I haven't finished this one, but I'm going to link his information below as well. And this is information that doctors are giving you. These are educated people that did their research and they want to help you, the viewers, the world, Americans, to live a longer and healthier life. There's also a documentary that I'm going to list below about blue zones. If you don't know about blue zones, I'm going to link that documentary below because you want to live a long life, but you don't want to live the majority of your life sick, taking medication, in a walker, in a bed, 10 years in the hospital, or in a nursing home because you can't take care of yourself. That's not the way to live. So stay tuned for my next video for next Monday is how to start a plant-based diet. Because I know some of you have started, I know some of you have tried, I know some of you are doing the best that you can to become a healthier you. But there's a reason why it's so hard for you to transition into a plant-based diet. It's because of the food that you're eating. And a lot of those documentaries is going to explain why you can't give up dairy. Dr. Bobby Price, I'm quoting him, he says, dairy is scary. And it is. So I'm going to link that documentary below. I'm going to link all the information below for you guys to just find some time. If you're binging on Netflix, watching a series, just take some time out of that series and plug in a few hours a day or a few hours a week on these documentaries because they're going to help you. They're going to help you be more informed about the food that you intake. Also, when you go to the supermarkets, you're going to be more mindful about the items you want to purchase at the supermarket versus the items that you want to purchase at the farmer's market versus the items that you want to purchase that are processed. So I understand some of us are struggling with transitioning, and it's okay that you want to purchase the processed vegan foods because I've mentioned that in my last video why you think vegan food is expensive. And you can look at my comments that there's some people in the community that also agree that it's kind of hard for you to just go cold turkey. For those that did cold turkey, that's great for you, but that's not everyone. Everyone needs to gradually move into the plant based because they have been conditioned. We have been conditioned to eat the standard American diet, which has been proven that it's not healthy. That's why Americans are the top in obesity, the top in diseases. So I feel like just take your time to go through the list of the information that I'm putting down below. Watch those documentaries. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. You could follow their pages. Dr. Bobby Price has a lot of information and very useful information. He's a doctor, so he knows what he's talking about. Dr. Michael Greger has a lot of great information on his website. He's a doctor, he knows what he's talking about. And they did tons of research for us. So you don't have to go Googling for articles because it's already done. Okay? It's done. But if you want to fact check their fact checks, then that's your choice. But just start. Okay, so thank you for watching. Make sure you leave your comments and questions below and make sure you like and subscribe. And always remember, sweeties, be real, not perfect. Bye.